There are a ton of stars in the league, so in this series I'm going to look at some of the up-and-coming stars who are making their way into the spotlight. For the second episode in the series, I'm going to look at a young talent out there in Green Bay named A.J. Dillon.
Inside the Chips 15. This is Dillon, and Dillon untouched to the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College.
Although he began his football journey in Connecticut, it wasn't until AJ moved to Gordon, Massachusetts that he really started to pop off. As a junior, AJ just flat out did his thing and rushed for nearly 1,900 yards and 26 touchdowns as he showed that he belonged on the field. Going into his senior season, AJ was firing on all cylinders and started off the year hot with over 600 yards and 12 touchdowns in only 4 games, until a broken leg ended his entire high school career. Although his high school career didn't end the way AJ wanted to, it didn't matter as he was a borderline 4-star already. As one of the top running back recruits in the nation, AJ received interest from some notable schools in Connecticut, Illinois, Florida State, Michigan, and Boston College. Most people in the situation would become a Wolverine out there in Michigan, but AJ did not want to become a backup and instead wanted to start at Boston College. From the beginning, AJ didn't waste any time and showed that he had elite talent straight out of high school. In his freshman season, AJ rushed for a freshman school record 1,589 yards and 14 touchdowns as he was named the ACC Rookie of the Year. You may ask the question, how did my guy AJ rush for nearly 1,600 yards as a freshman? And my answer to that is a situation at quarterback. The starting quarterback for Boston College was Anthony Brown, who passed for under 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns, both of which were less than AJ's rushing stats. Not only did Anthony just struggle, but another quarterback in Darius Wade had to step in and also struggled as he split touchdowns and picks in his last season with Boston College. Although there was a plethora of problems at quarterback, AJ was able to lead Boston College to a 7-5 record as the team made the New Era Pinstripe Bowl against Iowa. In the game against the Hawkeyes, AJ ate with over 150 rushing yards, but it just wasn't enough as Iowa beat the Eagles 27-20. Going into his sophomore season, AJ was looking to continue his early success and did just that until an ankle injury made it a bit difficult. Although his ankle injury made the season a little bit tough, AJ was still able to rush for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns as he became the first player in Boston College history to have back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Following an injury-riddled sophomore year, AJ wanted to get back to freshman form, and he did just that and more. As a junior, AJ rushed for nearly 1,700 yards and 14 touchdowns in just a record-breaking year. Against Clemson, Dillon was able to score his 34th touchdown in the second quarter as he tied Keith Barnett's rushing record for the Eagles. Not only did AJ just make history in the first half, but in the third quarter he tied Andre Williams' career rushing yard record at 3,739. Following yet another average season for Boston, AJ declared for the NFL draft after a one-of-a-kind college career. Dillon has the all-time yardage record at Boston College with 4,382 on the ground, and was only 220 yards short of the all-time ACC record. Since then, Travis Etienne was able to pass the record with over 4,900 rushing yards with Clemson. AJ's 38 rushing touchdowns and over 4,600 all-purpose yards were both program records as he just had a dominant college career. Following his phenomenal career at Boston College, AJ was able to gain some recognition for not only his play, but his massive thighs.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
AJ is a big dude, and at nearly 6 foot, 250, he has the fullback build and plays a lot like it as a bruiser that is just tough to stop. Not only is AJ just a big beast in the trenches, but he also has deceiving speed that is tough to go up against. Although a physical specimen, since he played at a not as well-known school in Boston College, AJ was not at the top of many draft boards, and as a result, he fell to the end of the second round. Even though Green Bay already had a dominant back in Aaron Jones, also an AJ, they picked up the real AJ at 62nd overall.
White people, white people, white people.
Like at Boston College, AJ was able to get some playing time from the get-go, but this time it was a bit different. Instead of taking over the offense like he did in college, AJ took the backseat to Aaron, and although he was able to rush the ball in week 1 against the Vikings, he wasn't able to do much at all with only 2 carries. But nonetheless, he was still able to get at least some time under the spotlight. The following 6 games played out pretty much the same, and although he was able to get carries in each game, it's tough to do much when you only can carry the rock 5 times. Overall, it's just a tough situation for AJ, because he's going to be stuck behind Aaron as long as the two of them are at Green Bay. For my man AJ, I think he will just have to wait out his 4-year deal and find somewhere where he can finally take control of the offense. But all this is far from the point, and AJ just wasn't able to do much as a rookie.
Dang. That's tough.
With Aaron out against Tennessee, he was able to go off.
Snap it. First down and a lot more, and all the way to the end zone goes A.J. Dillon.
Against the Titans, AJ showed why he was able to dominate at Boston College as he rushed for over 120 yards and 2 touchdowns as he led the Packers to a dominant 40-14 win. After his one and only game in the driver's seat, AJ was sent right back to the bench as Aaron took over for the rest of the year. Even though AJ wasn't able to get nearly as much attention as he got in Boston, he was still able to get some reps, and as one of the most hardworking backs in the business, the future is bright for AJ. It's looking like AJ is going to have to bite the bullet for a while and just wait until he will be given a shot as a starter. Although AJ might have to ride the bench, he is always working on his craft and eventually will get his chance to run wild like he did in Boston. Whether it be in Green Bay or elsewhere, I just know that a player as talented as AJ is going to make himself known. With a few more seasons under his belt, AJ will show just how good he truly is as he will tear up the league. AJ Dillon might be underrated now, but just wait, because he's not going down without a fight.
Counter, and here goes Dillon. Rolling is A.J. Dillon. And he will beat Williams for the touchdown.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, like, and comment down below what videos you want next. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys, and I'll see you all on Tuesday. Peace out.